Welcome, goblins!
Welcome, ghouls!
Back to the questing hour.
Questing Hour podcast. Happy Thursday!
Back.
Hope you guys are doing your spring cleaning quest. I know I am.
Tackling that messy
Cleaning
room.
it up, doing those dishes, scrubbing that
Sweeping
toilet,
that floor.
fluffing those pillows,
Spraying that Febreze.
donating those clothes to Goodwill.
Yes. I was gonna say washing the clothes, so it threw me off when you said donating.
Wash the clothes.
But
Oh yeah.
both of those are equally valid.
Wash the clothes you're gonna keep. Also, probably wash the clothes you're gonna donate. I always do that.
Yeah, and then donate them
And then
keep
donate
the ones
them.
you're gonna keep.
Yeah, keep the ones you're gonna keep. But yeah, hope your quests are going good.
I hope your quests are going good.
I hope your quests are going good.
I hope your quests are going better.
I hope your quests are going spectacularly.
I hope your quests are going fantastic.
I hope you succeed in everything that you do.
I hope all your dreams become reality.
Really?
Yes.
You mean?
I mean it. Anyways, welcome back, travelers. Today, we're going to do a quick little Thursday episode for you. And Maggie and I are going to do a little story time, referring back to our Canterbury Tales and reading you the Friar's Tale.
Yes. So, if you remember...
I'm just scared.
I'm very scared. So, if you remember, the Canterbury Tales is a collection by Geoffrey Chaucer. And it's basically this group of a bunch of randos on a pilgrimage. And each person is telling a little story to pass the time. And so the friar is like a church guy. He's like really big, really, religious, really pious. And he's telling this story about someone that he does not like, who is referred to as a summoner. Do we know what a summoner does besides summon?
Here. I wonder, it reminds me of like the Bell people where they're like, the news is out today!
Yeah. Hear ye, hear ye.
Hear ye.
Okay, so from what I could gather, a summoner is like a cop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
like, okay.
Yeah, they're the ones that like arrest people, I guess.
Constable.
Summon them to court. Yeah. Like, when you've been summoned. That's what they do, but like in the olden days. So like,
okay.
Ye have been summoned.
Ye have been summoned before the queen, my lord.
Before the queen. So the friar has some beef with this summoner, and he's about to tell the story about why.
Yeah, and basically his whole tale is talking shit.
Yeah. But at the end of the story, well, we'll get there. But at the end of the story, and in the prologue, which we're not going to read because it's
we're gonna
a
skip the
long
prologue,
story.
yo. Yeah. It's very long.
You basically realize that the friar is not great either, and he's just using his position of power to look down upon people. So we'll read it, and then we'll find a little lesson in there, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll find a little lesson. We'll explain it a little bit. We're gonna read it in the original English that it's in,
and then we can do a little translating.
and then we'll do the translating.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're not gonna read too much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, this Thursday episode is gonna be long.
Yes, forever. Okay, how many lines do you want to read?
Okay, let's stop at. Oh no, that break is so long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait. Let's stop at 1337.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. I was gonna say the next one after that, but it's so long after that.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't want
to. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta do the old Bible study trick. 37 divided by 2. We each read, one reads 18, one reads 19.
Okay, that works.
Cool.
Because I think 19 fits on one page.
Nice. Okay, and I can put the text up there too, and I'll like cite it and everything. Okay. So you guys can see what we're reading.
Yeah. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You want to read the first 18? Or 19? Whichever one.
No, you go first.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I'm nervous.
Wilhelm there was dwelling in my country, an archdeacon, a man of high degree, that boldly did execution in punishing of fornication, of witchcraft and eke of baldry, of defamation and of vouchery, of church reeves and of testaments, of contracts and of laicate sacraments, of usury and of simony also. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. That's already 9 lines.
Yeah, you sound great.
Thank you so much. But certes, letters did he greatest woe. They should singen if that they were hint, and small tethers were full ishit. If any person wold upon them plain, there might estert him no pecunal pine. For small tithes and for small offerings, he made the people piously to singe. For ere the bishop caught him with his hook, there were in the Archdeacon's book. Hey, it rhymes.
That was pretty good. You sound like an Irish.
I'm kind of leaning into my Irish Scottish roots a little bit.
It works.
It sounds a lot smoother if you like roll the R's just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. You got this. You got this.
Okay. Wait, where are we stopping?
I
37. Okay.
Yes, you'll be 1319 to 37. Yeah.
Thine had he third his jurisdiction, Howard Dune on Haim Cornuncion. He had a summoner ready to his hand, a slayer boy nas noon in England. For subtlety he had his spell. He taught him well were that him migd advale. He could spare of lectures un or two to techen him to 4 or 20 mo. Mo? For though his
20 mo.
20 mo. For though his Sumner would were as an hair to tell his harlotry, I will not spare. For we are out of his correction. They han of us no jurisdiction. Nay, never shullen term of al here leaves. Peter, so being woman of the Steves, quoth the Sumner, you put out of our cure, peas with my mischance. Oh, I forgot. I was making sure I didn't go too far. With mischance and with misadventure. Thus said our host, and let him tell his tale. Now tell it forth, though that the Sumner Gale ne spareth not min win master dare.
Beautiful. It's like so hard to not sound Irish when you read it.
I was tapping into my Merida a little bit.
You really did it. You really slayed it.
If you had a chance to choose your fate,
would ya? Mordieu.
Mordieu.
So, you know what the first thing that I realized when you were reading that? The summoner is on this trip with them.
Yeah, he's talking to him.
Yeah.
So he's literally talking. He's like, I hate summoners, like to everyone. And the summoner's right there.
The summoner's right there. And he's like, I can basically tell this story because you have no control out here. So I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think for the summoner's tale, he talks
about the Friar. Yeah.
It's about
I would definitely read. We could definitely read that one next Thursday.
Yeah.
That'd be so good. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go back and read our lines in regular English now?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
just for a little more clarification.
Yeah, and then we can break it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Once there was dwelling in my country an archdeacon, a man of high rank, that boldly carried out the law in punishment of fornication, of witchcraft, and also of pandering, of defamation of character and adultery, of robbing churches and of wills, of marriage contracts and of failure to take the sacraments, of usury and of simony also. But certainly to lechers did he the greatest woe. They had to sing out in pain if they were taken, and those who paid less than full tithes were severely punished, if any parson would complain about them. There could escape him no monetary punishment for small tithes and for small offering. He made the people piteously to sing out in pain, for ere the bishop caught them with his crozier, and were in the archdeacon's book.
Then had he throughout his jurisdiction power to have them punished. He had a summoner ready at his hand. No one in England was a more clever rascal, for deviously he had his network of spies that showed him well where there might be profit for him. He could spare one or two of the lechers to direct him to 4 or 20 more. Though for his sumner were as mad as a hare, to tell his wickedness I will not desist. Desist. What the hell?
Oh yeah, desist.
Okay, I was like, I've never seen that word in my life. We are exempt from his authority. They have over us no jurisdiction, nor never shall until the end of all their lives. By St. Peter, so are women of the brothels, said the summoner, put out of our jurisdiction. Quiet, with bad luck and with misfortune to you. Thus said our host, and let him tell his tale. Now tell forth, though the summoner loudly complain, and tell everything, my own master dear.
Wow.
I'm going to start saying to my enemies, quiet, with bad luck and misfortune with you.
Right, that kind of goes hard.
Misfortune to you.
Or peace with my chance and with misadventure.
I'm going to start saying that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put a pin in that.
Yeah, I'm going to put a little pin in that.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. So that's basically just introducing, well, that's the friar saying how he feels about the summoner. And he's like, yeah, this guy works for a bad boss. He's literally crazy. He can do whatever he wants in his jurisdiction, and he has no laws. But since we're out here, I'm gonna say whatever I want.
He's like, since we're out here,
let
me tell you the details.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because it's like, so it seems like the archdeacon is the one that kind of is like carrying out like, hey, these people need to be punished. These are the things that need to be done, blah, blah, blah. But then he sends out people like the summoners that are breaking the law essentially to carry out the law.
Yeah.
And it's very like, it's giving off like mob boss vibes.
Very much so. Yeah.
Like, let me torture these people in order to get them to submit to the power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in the rest of the story, he's telling about the story that I don't know happened or not, but I guess this is what the friar wants to happen.
We'll see what the summoner says about that.
Yeah, we'll see what the summoner has to say. But basically, the friar's telling this story about the summoner going on this little adventure with one of his buddies, and he's talking about all these terrible things that he's done to people, like with his jurisdiction. He's like, yeah, I beat up this guy, I did all this evil stuff, but I can do it because I'm the summoner. I can do whatever I want. But then he comes across the literal devil, and the devil serves him a summons in return for all the crimes that he's committed as the summoner. And that is so wild.
It's karma, baby.
It's karma. Yeah. So like the friar kind of has a point. Like we haven't read the summoner side of the story, so I have to side with the friar so far, but we'll see if I change my mind next week.
Well, all right. I have a little like Cliff Notes version also.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Spark Notes. So this says the friar picks a fight with the summoner with this tale, featuring a corrupt summoner who befriends a demon and ends up in hell. The summoner, of course, retaliates with a tale of corrupt friars, of course. But basically, like, although we see that the summoner ends up going to hell and like karma comes back to him, he gets his own summons. It is a very interesting tale of how your perspective on people is have you ever heard the thing where it's like, oh, I'm the main character in my own story, but
Yeah.
somebody's got to be the villain in someone else's story.
Right? Yeah.
Like, so it's okay if I have to be the villain,
Mhm.
like type of energy. And
Mhm.
that's what this reminds me of. Like, somebody has to be the Friar's villain, and
Oh yeah.
obviously it's the
It's the
summoner,
summoner. Yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. These people just do not get along.
Hmm.
And so I feel like it's going to be very easy to side with the summoner once we read his point of view.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
I
excited
mean,
for
possibly because I mean they both so ultimately like we'll come to a better conclusion next week when
it.
we read. But I have a feeling they're gonna be more alike than we think they are right now.
Probably, yeah. Hmm.
um but it just seems like, I don't know. I'm really interested to see the Summer Nurse story.
Yeah, I know.
I wish
It's
I could read more, but I know it would just take
I
so
know,
long.
right? Yeah. Maybe that'll be like my summer project, just reading all of the
I've been
Canterbury
reading all the
Tales.
Canterbury Tales.
Yeah.
Next season on the questing hour,
We read every
we
Canterbury
read
Tale
every Canterbury Tale
in Old
ever
English because it was so easy.
and analyze every line by
Every
line.
single line. And then pull out my annotated copy. Ugh.
Just, oh my god, that would be hilarious.
That would be fantastic. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I think it's interesting that they butt heads so much, but they're so similar, which we'll probably read more about. But
Yeah.
really, at the end of the day, like he takes his orders from the church, and the summoner takes his orders from the archduke or whatever, the archdeacon. That
Yeah.
so they both just have very different viewpoints of the world, even though they're basically living their lives the same way. They just are getting the inspiration from different people.
Oh, wait. The archdeacon is a senior Christian cleric.
Oh,
So to
oh,
whom a bishop delegates certain responsibilities.
interesting.
So basically, the friar, so far it seems, the friar and the summoner are both like low level demons.
Yeah, yeah.
They're lower level
Hmm.
people, and they take their orders from a higher power, whether that be the archdeacon or whether that be God or
Hmm.
some other person in the church, and they carry out their wills.
Yeah.
And from what it seems in the Friar story is
Hmm.
that he carries his out in different ways than the summoner. I mean, we can, with context clues, assume that the friar thinks he is a good man.
Yeah.
He helps people. He gives to the church. Whatever it may be.
Hmm.
And then the summoner ruins people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah, he's bringing out the axe on these people.
Yeah.
Hmm. Which, I don't know, feels to me like the summoner is in more of a position of power because the friar is just kind of like a monk, just like a member of the church.
Yeah.
And then the summoner kind of has like a little bit of authority. So the friar might resent him a little bit for that too.
Probably.
And he's kind of like, well, you can make all these decisions, and I'm doing the same stuff. Like, I'm being good. Why do you get to make all the decisions?
Yeah.
And
But
also,
also
you're evil. Yeah.
the summoner gets paid for the stuff that he does,
Yeah.
whereas the friar doesn't.
Hmm.
This could be a tale of like, a little bit of envy and greed.
Yeah.
The summoner might be greedy for the money that he gets for his work,
Oh,
or
yeah.
the friar might be envious that he
Hmm.
is not the summoner.
Yeah. That would be interesting. Yeah.
I
Man, I can't wait to read the next one.
know, I can't wait to compare.
And then all of our questions will hopefully be answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think given what we know from what happens to the summoner,
Hmm.
we can say that it's important to, going back to our Monday's episode of People Change People, this is an example of like, whether or not you are changing people for better or worse, these things can come back to you. They can affect you.
Yeah.
For
Hmm.
example, if you treat someone poorly and they choose to cut you out of their life based on your actions, and now
Hmm.
you have, no people in your support system.
Right.
There are consequences to your actions that you might not realize now, but you will sooner or later.
Exactly.
Whether those are good consequences or bad consequences
Hmm.
are a direct, correlation to what your behaviors do
Hmm.
and how you affect the people in your life and how you choose to change or work on yourself.
Yeah, I love that. I hope at the very end of the Canterbury Tales, there's a third tale where it's like the summoner and the
It's like
friar
the
are
real
best friends.
story. Yeah.
The summoner and
Like they're
friar
not as
make up
bad as
and are
they make each
besties.
other out to be.
Yeah, they have an
They're
understanding of each
friends.
other and they go get dinner. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
But
my
we'll just have to
gosh.
stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, I can't wait because I have like little things in the spark notes that I don't want to say yet until
Yeah.
after we read the summoner's point of view.
Spoilers.
Yeah, because it's like kind of telling me they're I know we mentioned this in previous episodes. I don't know if anyone remembers, but essentially the friar and the summoner are kind of foils of each other.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you remember
Mhm.
what that is, I won't say anything till next Thursday. But if you remember what that is, keep
Yeah.
that in mind when we discuss more on Thursday.
So exciting.
I know. Um, but this was a quick episode. Do you have anything else to say, Maggie?
I think that's it. I just love reading
I
old
love reading
text.
the
It's
old
so
text.
fun.
Like the old English is just so
Mhm.
funny to me.
Yeah, no, I used to like hate reading it. Like I was very anti-Shakespeare for a long time, even though I'm
Yeah.
a big theater kid. But like the more I read it and like really dug into it, I was like, this is really, really good. And it still holds a lot of ground today. I think by reading these, I'm like, yeah, finding that fire again. It's so fun.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So if you guys like hearing me and Maggie do some of these story times, we can definitely do more of these.
Yeah.
Last time we read some Canterbury Tales, we wrote our own. So if
Yes.
y'all are enjoying that, we can also do that more as well.
Yes. Or
Let us
send us yours
know.
and we'll read them on the
Send us
podcast.
yours and we'll read them on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. Send them using the hashtag my
My
questing
questing
hour.
hour. I love
Of
it.
course.
Of course.
Of course. And check out our social medias
Wait,
at
we didn't
questing
give them we didn't give the side quest.
the quest.
What you guys are
Bro,
here
it was
for?
such a good
I
quest.
know, I
We
know.
just thought of it.
Yeah, we just thought of it just now.
I'm just rushing myself.
Okay, bye. No side quest.
Bye guys, no quest. Hello.
Oh, come back to me. There you are.
Okay. Quest
So,
Maggie, go.
quest. You're gonna take a coin, or ask Siri,
Or use a magic 8 ball.
or use a magic 8 ball. I love that you have a tiny magic 8 ball. That's so cute. But you're gonna flip a coin. Heads, you go for a walk. Tails, you go for a drive.
Windows down, music up,
Music
baby.
up. Same thing for the walk, except you don't have windows. So
Yeah.
just listen to your
If you
music.
run, you can experience the same
Yeah,
wind.
you got the wind in your hair. Yeah, you gotta go fast. But yeah, just get you out of your space. Sometimes I saw a tweet today that was like, it's important to realize that the world exists outside of your bedroom.
Outside of your bedroom, outside of
Yeah.
you.
And I was like, that is so true because I feel so much better when I'm just like cooped up in my house and I just like walk outside. I'm like,
And it's
whoa,
like,
there's a world out
whoa,
here.
oh my
Things
God.
things are bigger than my brain.
Yeah, literally. Because sometimes
Yeah.
the world, like everything feels so small in here. And
Mhm.
sometimes this feels like it's the only place in the world to go.
Yeah, so just get out, get into your body a little bit, listen to some music. And I would suggest as a little Maggie quest, listen to music that you haven't heard before. Put on your like
Yes,
Discover
new
Weekly,
genre.
an artist that
Discover
somebody told
Weekly
you
is so
about.
good.
Yeah, if somebody's been like suggesting an artist to you, go ahead and put them on shuffle, find something
Oh
new
my
that you
gosh.
like.
4 quests this week?
4 quests this week.
1, 2, 3,
3,
4.
4. 2 twos.
Should I go for a walk? Oh, it landed on a point.
I don't know what that means.
Ask again. Should I go for a drive? Come on. Sounds good. Woo!
Oh, woo, drive. Okay,
Drive!
can I ask it a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Magic 8 ball, will I ever get married?
You can't see it. Hold on.
It says nothing.
Never. It said can't say.
Well, that's not great. It's not looking great for me. Okay.
Should
see
Maggie
you guys
go on
next
a walk
week.
about it?
See you all next week.
At the Questing Hour on YouTube and Spotify.
Well, this is a sour note.
I can't believe you. Why would you tell her something like that?
It's so mean.
Will Maggie get married? You better say yes.
But yes, follow us on all our social medias at Questing HR Podcast, except Twitter is just Questing Hour because of the characters. If you're following along on our quest, use hashtag MyQuestingHour and we can like your posts, see what you guys are doing, share them on our page if you want, and check us out on YouTube and Spotify every Monday and Thursday for your new quests and stories about old people. Questing Hour
Podcast.
And we'll see you here next Monday. Keep
Farewell,
questing.
travelers.
Mwah.